Well, hello, and welcome to Jazz After Dark. How we doing today? Everybody's good? Awesome. You know, I got my PJ pants on. You guys don't even know it. It's late here. Tonight we are enjoying, it's a rum. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, it's from Flaviar, the people that were cool enough to work with us here at Jazz. Check them out. There should be a link in the description. You know, we always like to sample a little something. These were not free, by the way. We're not that cool. But they saw you guys were buying stuff, and they said, well, here's a link. If someone does end up ordering their box there, you get a little discount. Last night we had Stawning Whiskey, which occurs to me it was probably stunning. That's probably how they want you to say it. Tonight we're having Brugal, B-R-U-G-A-L, 1888 rum. It's a dark rum. I'm not a rum guy. Oh, cool looking bottle. I'm not a rum guy. Lots of caramel, dark chocolate. We should be getting some licorice. Ooh, black licorice. I don't like that. Some cinnamon. I actually don't smell much. I'm not sure why. Roasted coffee. Dried fruits and spicy. It's kind of cool when you they send you a little thing that tells you what it is, and then on the back there tells you what to maybe experience there. It's more of a sipping rum, I'm told. Ooh, it's got a... you ever had Diplomatico rum? I just like the bottle. It's got a very, very, very Diplomatico kind of rum smell. Very, very sweet. Oh, but not as smooth. This is a little bit harsher. I do get the dark chocolate and the caramel, and unfortunately the black licorice. I don't really care for that so much, but think of like almost like a harder Diplomatico rum, if you've ever had that there. But that was Brugal 1888 rum. As rums go, this I don't think it's very good, to be honest. I haven't had a lot of them, but I would put the Diplomatico above this. And honestly, you know, I'd probably put it in like fourth place. Honestly, with all the rums, I probably had 4 rums my whole life, but I would say that ranks a little bit lower, maybe a 75 or so. Seems like it'd be a good one to mix with, you know, like your favorite soda, if you like a Coke or something, or if you're wild like me, like a cherry Coke. It's not bad. I would say 78 on that one. I'll be a little tougher on that one. Not my favorite, but then again, that's not my wheelhouse. Anyways, Flaviar.com if you're interested, and actually the link is in the description. But welcome to our Jazz After Dark. Remember we said 2023 we were going to dig a little bit deeper? Just a little bit deeper. I want you guys to think of a when you think of something, I want you to think, is there an additional strategy? And hope you guys are enjoying your drinks and whatnot with us. Don't worry, we got a pack of 5, so we've got plenty more to go. This is going to be an actual client with actual data and everything, but we've changed the name, of course, to Louis Armstrong. And for those of you that are wondering, if you look up Jazz Wealth on the SEC website, BrokerCheck, brokercheck.gov, I think it is. And a lot of people look it up and they go, all right, you manage about $250 million, which sounds like a lot, but we're small fish. And then they go, your average account size is small. That's weird. I don't think so. I actually like that. We're the only advisor that will work with someone if you have $30,000. And we work with Goldman Sachs too. So we get all that big multi-million-dollar type stuff, billion-dollar stuff, and advice and help and people, connections and things. I just thought it'd be cool to do that. So yes, we do have a lot of clients that are 30, 40 years old, and they don't have a lot yet. They're in that accumulation phase of their life. On the flip side, we're based in Florida. And so we have a lot of retirees. So there's like this spread, right? People are either retiring or deep in retirement, or they're trying to make their way through life, just give every upper hand that they can. So if you ever look it up, you know, that's basically where we're at. Full transparency there. I always tell people there's no question I won't answer. There's questions I don't know the answer to. So be it. All right. We're going to take a little deeper look into college savings strategy. And sorry to take so long there in the beginning. I didn't realize that took so long. What happens if you want to pay for your kids' college? What choices do you have? There's the 529. Most people think of that. That was really well marketed kind of in the late 90s. And then people just kind of said, well, that's my option. And some states have where you can invest the money, and other states say, well, the dollars you put in are prepaying for college and you get to lock in the current prices, yada, yada. But what other choices do you have? Well, a lot of people think of custodial accounts. We have a lot of clients with custodial accounts here. But people say, I don't know if I want my child to have access to that money when they become an adult. I like the 529. It's sort of earmarked for college. But what else can you do? I want you to think extra layers deeper. So I'm going to show you. Let's just get to it here. This is an actual client. Again, the name's different, but this is all accurate data, and this is not a coincidence. So 34 years old up here. This is our planner. We built it and everything. They want to retire in 29 years in 2052 with $65,000. So that means they'll be 63 years of age. They have put in 25 years of retirement. That's fair. And they've already saved $68,000. So I'll give you an example, right? If they've saved $68,000 and they're a client of Jazz Wealth, what's the probability that they have all of their money here with us? No, they got 401ks and stuff. I help with that, but we don't actually manage that physically for the most part. And so it just gives an example of account sizes. Pre-retirement returns here while they're not retired, 7%. They make $80,000 a year. In this case, the spouse does not work at the moment. They don't know if that's going to change, so a little backstory on that. 2.8% annual increase. We just put that there by default. They weren't sure and felt like that was a good number. They save 5% into their work plan, and their employer matches 100% of that 5%. Good. And they save $6,500 here with us. It's a Roth IRA because they're younger and they're using the Roth IRA. 2023 limit, $6,500. They don't save anything else. That's really all their retirement savings. They liked what I had said in the past, and this is really interesting how people, the things you remember that I say. I have to be very careful, right? Because someone will say something, I'm like, I haven't said that in like 4 years. That's crazy. They like the idea of trying to save enough to replace 2/3 of their current salary. And then their hopes were they could use Social Security for the rest. In this case, Social Security is, this is their actual, we ran the projected amount there. It's higher, but in this case, the Social Security will pay for more than 1/3 of their retirement, but they like the idea of shooting to replace 2/3 of their income, and maybe something happens to Social Security and they can still replace 2/3 of their income with the savings that they have. Retirement returns, 5.5%. Inflation, same thing. You could play with that. And Social Security for them, we're projecting 67 with the normal cost of living increase, or the average at the moment. So what we found out was you're doing great, right? You're saving enough. It's close, but you're saving enough. When you retire, you will technically have a surplus of $15,428 to make you through the rest of your life. In other words, you've saved enough in addition to $15,000. So they have some options. They can reduce their savings here. Their workplace retirement, they're not going to change because they get a match there. But I said, you won the game. So we were talking about this, and I'm like, you're doing great, right? So all we have to do now is make sure that those returns that you've projected are accurate. Double check Social Security, make sure your employer definitely does match, and the little things like that. But I say, you won the game. And they say, okay, great. What else can we do? And I said, well, I'm willing to help with anything. We don't have to focus on retirement now. We can work on something else because that part is pretty much dialed in. And they said, we'd like to save for our kids' college. So, okay. And so we were talking about 529s. Well, there's something interesting they can do. And this doesn't fit everybody because you may have a different personal belief about college or your finances than other people. But I said, if you're already saving enough and your spouse is not working, but you're married filing jointly, you could use a Roth IRA in her name, but we'll just, instead of calling it this person's name, Roth IRA, we'll call it Roth College, right? So you'll know that it's earmarked for retirement. So he has his Roth. We'll open a Roth in the spouse's name, and we will only focus on that money being for college. So what does that do? It allows them to not open a 529, which I want to cover something really important about that in a second that just hit my head. So hold on there. They don't have to do a 529 and worry about their kid not going to college and then they have this money, right? There's new rules about that, but they don't have to worry about that. They don't want to do a custodial account, and they don't want the government to see their money, right? Retirement accounts don't count towards a family's college contribution, right? When we're filling out the FAFSA form. And so they like the idea that they were kind of hiding a few dollars maybe for the government. If their child doesn't go to college, they'll just have more money in a Roth. They're happy to, it's after tax, no big deal. And so because they'd already saved enough, that's a strategy that the door has opened for them. They can do that. So they've actually opted to do that. Now, I'm recalling a question that they asked about the 529, and this may not be new news to you, but one of the things they said was, if we open a 529, we don't want that to hurt our child's financial aid capabilities. And when I heard it, I think of things that are common sense in my head. I just understand them. I deal with it every day. But they didn't understand this rule. And I want to point this out. You tell me if you knew this. But a 529 does not fully count towards your family's or students' contribution for college. It's actually only about 5.6%. So if for whatever reason you had $10,000 in a 529, at the time you start filling out the FAFSA form, the $10,000 doesn't count towards your contribution, right? Did you know that? So it's about $560. So in a sense, your child would be less eligible to the tune of about $560, not $10,000. I have a feeling that people don't fully understand that, because I've had that question a lot. So if you choose 529, don't feel like all of a sudden your child's not going to get any great financial aid. They will. It's only 5.6%. Now you may have other dollars, right? So that could be counted in there. But 529s don't hurt like you think they would. Anyways, the moral of the story is, because they had saved enough money, the general answer, their general thought was, we did good here, now let's go open a 529. And I said, well, wait a minute, let me at least tell you what your choices are, because you're winning the retirement game. So we went through each one, and I said, well, this is what you can do. And that blew them away, the Roth IRA kind of strategy there, and that's what they opted to do. So hope that helps you there. Remember, 2023, we're thinking just a little bit different. One extra layer is, just ask the question to your advisor or whoever's helping you. Just say, is there something else I don't know about? And then shut up, right? Just sit back and ask. I'm working with an outside company for something personal that I'm working on, and I don't know everything about this space. And so I was talking to the lady, and I just used the same thing. I said, is there something here that I don't know of that I'm missing? And then I just sat quietly and waited. It's a simple question. It's worth asking. A lot of clients ask us that. And of course, I'm happy to help. I hope this helped you here. I'm going to wrap it up because I feel bad talking so much in the beginning and talking about our Brugal rum, 1888 rum that, probably go see if the missus wants to try it, because not my favorite there. Enjoy the rest of your evening. What time is it here? Ooh, 11:41, sorry. I gotta go. We'll see you tomorrow on the closing beat. Yeah. All right, adios.